Wisdom Wednesday number 75. Natural versus allopathy. Question. I have close friends and family who follow allopathy medicine when they get ill. They may get immediate relief, but I've also noticed that they are more susceptible to later illnesses and they become dependent on these medications for life, at least some of them. I practice more natural medicine through herbal and lifestyle practices. I find I cannot say anything to them about their choices because they feel they are being helped at this time. This disheartens me that they aren't open to alternative approaches to health. What should my attitude be? Yeah. Okay, so you're on the natural path, and you're probably on the yoga path, and you're into holistic, the whole well-being, and nurturing all of yourself. And you're seeing, and from your own experiments, you're seeing the results, and you're getting very positive results. And so you feel like you want to help your family and your friends, and you see them taking the allopathic medicine, and you're seeing those results. Okay, so I can see where your heart is. My understanding is that allopathy is, what they've done is they've taken the most potent part of the herbal plants and they've chemicalized them, and they've added more chemicals to get the most potent effect. And it is very good for immediate results. And that's why it works, and that's why everybody uses it. The natural path, of course, is very different. It requires a full, responsible attention to your whole well-being. And so that means you have to be into looking after your diet, you have to look after exercise. It means you are responsible, knowing that you're the one who heals yourself. You have to look after, you have to check and see where your mind is, your emotions, and your spiritual body is. So you're doing things, therapy and all these workshops, whatever, to help purify and cleanse all of these other aspects of yourself as well. And then when you take herbal medicine, it has the added effect. So it works more holistically, and it works very, very well in terms of quality of life. Yes, so I understand you. If each of these were taken as a path, like if a person only did allopathy medicine, and what will happen is they become dependent on the medication, and if they have no lifestyle practices or any other understanding, and they just say, okay, well, every time I'm sick, I'll just take. Well, of course, I can see that there's not going to be any quality of life. There's going to be a dependence on medication, and they'll become addicted to it, and short-term effects and all that. Okay, and the thing you're understanding, which is what I also understand, is that the natural path is the yogic path, and that develops your discipline. It develops your awareness. It develops a more expanded well-being. And a responsibility for your health. So can a person bridge the gap between these two paths? I say yes, especially if you are already on the yogic path and you are taking full responsibility for your health. Then I'd say, well, every now and again you can have a little quick fix and you use a little bit of allopathy. And that's fine, but you wouldn't be able to bridge it the other way if you took a little bit of herbal and hope to get the effect. It's not going to work. You need to have a whole lifestyle practices to support that health and well-being. So But the question we are really wanting to work on here is the fact that you're disheartened that you offer an alternative approach and they're not open to it because they're getting the result that they want. So they see the short term, you see the long term. But I'm suggesting that you extend your perspective even longer in terms of incarnations, that your friends and family are souls on a path, on a karmic path of they make experiments and they see the results of those experiments, and then they'll make new decisions based on those results. And they are responsible for their own experimentation and results. So there's nothing you can do about that, even if you told them, that, this path over here is the best path there ever is because you've experienced it. They don't know that unless they make those experiments. And they need to get disillusioned with what they're working on now before they're open to hear what you have to say. So that's the other thing that's happening. So think of it in terms of incarnations. There's a long path of experimenting, and that's why we have many incarnations in terms of the yogic view, so that we can make all these experiments and own the results. And it doesn't have to come handed down from information, that we actually have direct experiences with our experimentation. So now what you need is trust that there is an ultimate destination where we're all going. And we're all going to this place called non-suffering, and freedom from suffering. And it's done through direct experience. And I call this the place of perfection. That when you hold the state of perfection right here, right now, and when you look out at your friends and family, you see them all perfect. And even though there may be a sense that they're experiencing pain now because of their choices and their short-term vision, you have a long-term vision. And you can trust that their experimentations will lead them to this place of non-suffering. Just trust that. And the best you can do as a friend or a family member is walk the path that you walk and have the beautiful results that you have, shine them. And then whenever they're suffering from, and they start to open up their minds and their hearts, then at least you will be someone that they'll be attracted to be around, because they see that the results that you're getting from your experimentation is working. So that's the best that you can do. It's not your responsibility to tell people which path is right. You just live your path and talk about it, the results, but don't expect them to walk your path, because they have to walk their own path and make their own experiments. Just trust that they're all going to be fine. Okay, and that's it. That's how I handle it. That's it for today's Wisdom Wednesday, and I'll see you next Wisdom Wednesday. Bye.